Hello everyone. It's me, Arden Lee, and I'm back today with another video. And today I want to talk about how to feel less stressed. First, before I get into that topic, I would love to invite you to subscribe to my channel, stay connected with me, hit that button, and let me know how this is hitting for you. Leave a comment if there's any topics that you would like to see me cover in the future about how to manage your state, how to hack your beliefs for the optimization of success and happiness in your life. Let me know, and let's jam out about that. So today's topic is about how to feel less stressed. I feel so great talking about this topic today, you guys, because I've had such a stressful couple of days. I've had so much stuff to handle that has required me going out of town, making a round trip, like 4 hours each way, and just staying over with my family like 48 hours, and having to do so much work like from my family's house, take care of a bunch of errands over there. And I didn't even, through no fault of my own, I wasn't even able to get done everything that I needed to get done there. So then I also need to go back next week. So I'm feeling so incredibly stressed today. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have so much on my plate. I'm feeling so overwhelmed. What am I going to do? So this is a great topic for me to engage in today in particular. So the first thing that I want to make a note of about feeling stressed is that so often we get into this state of paralysis around our stress. We get so stressed and so overwhelmed by everything that's going on that we really have trouble even starting on our to-do list. So if you haven't already done so, I have a notebook where I keep like all my business stuff, all my work stuff, and like my ongoing to-do lists, and whenever I've crossed everything off, I flip the page and I start a new one, sometimes with several items from the last page that I haven't crossed off, just to have everything there in front of me. And I kind of keep that ongoing, so I always know what's on my plate at all times, because if I'm at the point right now where if I don't do that, then I'm screwed. I was one of those people who, when I was in school, school was like relatively easy for me for a little while, it was one of those things that my mom always warned me about. She was like, you're going to get to the point where you're actually going to have to like study for things, and it's going to mess you up because you don't know how to study because you're smart enough that you would just absorb everything. And I've definitely gotten to the point in my life where the amount of things, projects that I'm trying to birth into fruition at once have exceeded my capacity to manage without specifically figuring out how I'm going to manage it one step at a time. So all of a sudden I'm dealing with stress in a way that I have not dealt with in a really long time. But it's cool because now I know, because I have a growth mindset, now that I know that this is something that I can handle, I can figure out how to manage that stress, and I can figure out how to get through that and, just be smooth sailing. So something that I noticed today that happened for me is that one of the things I was stressed out about was finding an additional teacher for a retreat that I am holding. If you're interested, by the way, I also curate a group on Facebook called Witch Haven. You can look it up. You can look up my Facebook, and there's a bunch of links to it. That if you scroll down my feed, every Wednesday I teach a class there, so you'll just find the link to that group on any given Wednesday. And and I'm running this retreat, and it's coming up in about like 2 weeks, and I was super stressed about like finding an additional teacher and selling the last couple spots in it. We're almost sold out, but there's a few more. I want to maximize that. I want to make sure that I'm on top of my all of my promotions and my work around it, so that I can have the impact that I want to have. And I was feeling so much like stress and resistance around it, and immediately one person contacted me and said, hey, I'd love to attend this retreat. Maybe we could do like a barter exchange or something, because I'd love to offer you XYZ services. And I was so stoked about that, and I was like, yes, this is exactly what I was looking for. I did want another person to come on and do like a little bit of teaching or group work with the class, and I was already familiar with some of this person's work, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. Plus she was, she wants to do it as a partial barter, so she would also be filling another spot in the retreat. And all of a sudden I was like, oh my God, I just solved like 2 of my problems and I feel so much lighter and so much more capable of getting things done now. So my first advice on how to feel less stressed is have at least one thing that you do in the beginning of the day, no matter how much resistance you feel. Cross that first thing off of your to-do list and you'll immediately feel lighter and you'll immediately feel more capable. You want to start training your body to understand that you're capable of getting things done. So when you have this daunting to-do list in front of you, so I guess that's the first step, right? Actually write out the list of everything that you have to do and everything that is stressing you out, and then do just one of those things. Or, in my case, I kind of got lucky today because this is, this was a person reaching out to me based on the former promotions that I had already done, from a couple weeks ago. And when they reached out to me about it, it immediately solved a couple of my problems. But that boost of energy that I got was just palpable. And I went from this, yesterday just being in this paralyzed, super stressed, super overwhelmed state to, going into that, wow, suddenly two things are kind of crossed off my to-do list if this all works out. Then immediately my state is better. And immediately I'm like, I feel capable, I feel competent, I feel confident, and so that's the first after you make your to-do list, the next thing, that's the second thing that you want to do, is just cross one thing off of it. Just go ahead and cross one thing off and you're going to feel immediately more capable of getting done everything that you have to do. So other tips for managing your stress levels, of course, are breathing and meditation. This sounds really simple, but it's something that you don't necessarily want to discount, because again, you're working on your inner state, because your inner state is going to affect how competent you feel and how much you're going to be able to get that forward motion past that moment of analysis paralysis and feeling overwhelmed. We just want to get you to a state where you're moving forward and you're tackling all the things that you have to do. So taking that time in the morning to do deep breathing exercises, do yoga, meditation, all of those are really, really smart. And speaking of yoga, yoga of course doubles as both meditation and exercise. And that brings us to number 4, which is exercise and movement, moving your body. Movement has long been thought of as a great natural way to displace a lot of bodily stress, because so much of our stress comes and it's like it forms this it's like this energy that sort of takes over our body, and it forms all this tension, builds up all this lactic acid in our muscles, because we go like this, right? When we feel overwhelmed, it's just that kind of natural fight or flight response to go like that and to create all this tension. So just moving, just even putting on some music that you find to be happy or motivating and dancing around your house for about 3 minutes, can create a huge change in state. And again, I come back to this all the time, you guys. How often do we actually do these things? We watch videos, we read articles, and we look at things like exercise or eat better or get sunlight, and we're like, whatever. I've heard that a million times, but how often do we actually do it? So this is my challenge to you. The next time you feel stressed out, I would love for you to actually take even just 8 minutes to sit and do some deep breathing, followed by 3 minutes of putting on your favorite happy dancey song and dancing around your living room, moving your body in whatever way that you feel, that feels natural for you to move, that feels joyous, that feels energized. And then after you've done that, sit with that and see how different you feel in your body afterwards, and see how, see how much of an effect just that 11 minutes combined can have on making you feel different right away. What else is a great way for relieving stress? Did you guys know that Target is now, I just learned this the other day, by the way, and I'm not shilling for Target at all. I'm nowhere near, well known enough to warrant an endorsement on them. But Target is apparently now going to be carrying weighted blankets for the holidays. They're supposed to come out on Black Friday. If Target does want to send me a bunch of weighted blankets, I would be totally into that. But I'm really excited about this, because weighted blankets are typically really pretty expensive, and Target is putting them out at a pretty affordable price point, especially during the Black Friday sales. And I know that There's so many issues with consumerism, and I don't want to get into the whole Black Friday thing. I've got lots of issues with the way that our corporate society is run. But amidst those issues, I will express some gratitude. Thank you, Target, for making weighted blankets a little more accessible, especially because weighted blankets, if you aren't already familiar with this phenomenon, they are designed basically to make you feel like when you have this weight on you, it encapsulates your body. It gives you this like nice, warm, like suppressing kind of hug feeling, and that's known to be able to decrease your stress. So there's kind of a difference between morning stress and evening stress, right? Morning stress is like where you want to get up and you want to like conquer the day, and you want to get all the things on your to-do list done. So again, in the morning, you want to be able to write out that to-do list, immediately find something on it that you can do, that you can cross off, to give yourself, to imprint that impression in your body that you are capable of getting things done one by one if you just do them one step at a time. You know, do those deep breathing exercises, dance around your house, whatever gets you moving, whatever displaces that stagnant energy to get you moving forward and get you being productive again. And in the evening, when you're managing stress, you want to be able to relax and let all of that go, which, by the way, if you've done enough things in the morning, you're going to feel that satisfaction, morning or throughout the course of your day. You're going to feel that satisfaction of completion of those tasks, which is really going to help your relaxation levels. But also at night, one of the things that I've noticed, you know, whether it's about a weighted blanket that's going to make you feel safe and secure, or whether it's listening to soothing sounds. I often, when I'm stressed out and I need to fall asleep, I find YouTube videos of just rain sounds, and whatever you associate as being soothing, as being specifically for your sensory experience alone, something to envelop you, to make you feel held or warm. Sometimes a guided meditation set to that really lovely, calming, soothing meditation music, or even some of that meditation music with subliminals, right? You can find lots of those videos on YouTube. So check those out. So those are some tips for managing stress. And again, I want to emphasize that managing stress in the morning when you want to be productive, and managing stress at night when you actually want to be relaxed and you want to make sure that you're getting a good night's sleep so that you can wake up and do everything that you want to do the next day. I have trouble with that sometimes because my schedule can be so erratic. And because like I'm still in a band, I still like do a lot of nightlife stuff in terms of like, being in the music scene and everything. And also, I'm running a business too. So it's like, I've got this double life, and I've got such an erratic schedule around it sometimes that just making sure that I'm managing my sleep, and I'm getting up at an hour that suits me and going to bed at an hour that suits me as well. And that I'm able to turn on in the mornings and be productive. Or in my case, sometimes it's early afternoon. And at night, at nighttime, that I'm able to gear shift into that state of relaxation, and really managing both those states, knowing which external stimuli are going to bring about each of those in me. And making sure, especially at night, leaving your screens behind, guys. It's so hard, but it's so important. Making sure, even if you have to turn into a book instead, oftentimes I put my Pandora like on my night table over there, and that kind of keeps me from going to my phone, because I'm like, oh no, my phone's over there, it's playing music right now, and that's what it's there for. So anyway, I hope this was helpful. Let me know, tell me in the comments, like, what's stressing you out? What problems could I help you solve? Let me know that, and let's all tackle this, and let's be productive. Oh man, you guys, this time in my life right now where I'm juggling so much, I'm so excited about it, and it's so overwhelming, and I'm so excited to learn how to adjust my life to accommodate for all the projects that I'm birthing into reality. So thank you guys for being on this journey with me. Thank you for listening today, and I will see you in the next video.